Hello, strong people. Today is week 8, day 1. It's a deload week this week. And I have logged today. Deload log, of course. 7 sets of 3 between 2:05 and 2:45 with red bands. That's why I got the beard up in a bun again. I saved my beard last time, so hopefully it does the same thing today. Honestly, not much else to say. I don't think I have much else after log today. So I'm just going to get to it. Feels good. I had today off, President's Day. So I should be well rested, well fed. I feel actually a little bloated. So that might help. Who knows? Anyway, let's just get into it. Enough talking and more lifting. Alright, so it's going to be a pretty short video today. I didn't record any accessories, and I realized after I did the log that I made, well, I wouldn't say kind of a mistake, but I completely neglected the fact that I did my heaviest log session of prep on Friday rather than Monday of last week because of my shoulder pain. So, thankfully it was a deload week, because if I would have done, that heavy of a log session Friday and then had another heavy session today, I would have been screwed, because my shoulders are not recovered from that. Not recovered from Friday at all. And I completely forgot about it until I finished all 7 sets of 3. So if I could go back to the beginning and redo tonight's session, I would do, rather than, I'd hit the lower amount. I think it was 205 to 245 or something like that for my 7 sets of 3. I would have done the lowest amount there just because it's smarter probably than than going to the highest number today. Even though it is a deload, I still would have done that. So I would have doubled, almost even more of a deload than what I normally would do. And that's just simply because I trained the heaviest session I've had yet on Friday. So yeah, I would not recommend doing that because my shoulders are feeling it. They're just so sore right now. But we'll heal up, because now I have a full week until next press session. So that was about it. I did general accessories. A lot of my accessories I didn't have tonight. I don't remember exactly. I know that I didn't have lockout holds tonight, thankfully. I don't know. I mean, it was a deload session. I got the work done. Nothing felt bad. I like deload sessions like this where it's high number of sets, low number of reps. I feel like that lets me really dial in what my form should feel like. And I think I did just that tonight. The bands add a little bit of extra, another variable, but they were light enough that it didn't matter too much. You can definitely feel them though, even though they're just they're not doubled over reds. They're just single reds. So it's I don't know I have no idea how many pounds of whatever that would be at the top, but it doesn't matter. It's enough. You can feel it. So and I did all my sets tonight. Not all of them, but pretty much all of them. I would lock it out, hold it for a second, and then put my head through, because I wanted to feel that position. Some people disagree with that, but I fully believe that you should keep your head back until that log or circus dumbbell is a little bit different, until that Viking press, axle press, whatever, barbell, whatever it might be. I think you should keep that same torso angle until that thing is locked out, and then bring your head through. Bringing your head through is not the hard part. But I do believe it changes the lift itself whenever you push your head through too soon. Because rather than an incline bench, then it turns into a military press. So which one are you going to move more weight on? You're going to move more weight on an incline bench than you would a military press. So that's kind of my thought process behind it. And since I've done that, my press has gone up quite a bit. So it's working. I'm going to stick with it for sure. Not much else to say. I'm pretty happy with prep so far. Minus little injuries here and there, things that don't quite feel right. But this is kind of a strange prep because it feels like it doesn't feel like I'm prepping. It feels like I'm just getting stronger, which I would say has not necessarily been the case for most of my shows. With local shows the last few years, maybe not few years, couple years, year and a half, whatever, I feel like it's been more just being efficient in everything. I've been strong enough to lift the weight for the most part, but it's not been, whenever you're strong enough for a show and the weights are light, it turns into more of a cardio thing. Can you do work for a full minute? And that is not what this show is going to be about. This show is going to be about who can move the most weight or who can move the most weight the fastest from point A to point B. So it's kind of a different take. So I feel like I'm building a lot of strength now compared to what I maybe would have been if I signed up for like just a local show. But I think I needed this because if I'm just prepping for the same show every year where I'm pressing, 300 pounds for reps, 700 pound yoke for 50 feet as fast as I can. I don't know. I mean, those are the two, I guess a lighter farmer's like a 300 per hand, 600 pound deadlift to 650 deadlift. My deadlift is still kind of lacking compared to like my press or whatever else, but we'll get there. But I mean, if you just train those year after year after year, you're going to get stronger and move more reps on those things. But that top end strength might not necessarily increase all that much. So like at some point, you either got to go for a heavier show or you got to take a step back from competing and just get strong enough in order to compete in those heavier shows. And I wouldn't necessarily say that's like advice for novice competitors. If you're a novice competitor and you want to compete for the first time, just go do it. You're going to learn so much. And most of the time, unless you were like super weak, and super weak is, relative. So I think you should just go to a gym that has all this stuff. Talk to the people there. You're going to get better. You're going to learn the equipment. You're going to learn the events. And then don't wait to jump in a show. If you want to compete, go compete. Because if you have the mindset of, I got to wait till I'm strong enough to compete, then you're never going to compete. You're never going to feel you're ready enough. So I think you should just go do it. And that's kind of what I'm doing for this show. I've never done, I guess I've done a 400 log in training once. I've never done a 1,000 pound yoke. I've never done a 350 farmers per hand up until fairly recently. What else was there? Oh, I've never done an axle deadlift from the floor for a max. Let's see what else. I've hardly ever pulled an axle from the floor. And I've never done a stone run. So these are all things that I've never done before. So I think it's going to be a challenge. It has been a challenge, obviously. Like if I'm not being challenged and I'm not going to have fun doing it. Kind of the reason, signing up for a big show versus a local show. Not saying I win every single local show. Not by any, no way would that be. Is that what I'm saying? But I feel like this would be more of a challenge in terms of, top end strength, signing up for a pro-am show. Plus, it's going to be awesome to compete against pros. And I've always wanted to do, 400 in competition log, 1,000 pound yoke, stone series, all these things I wanted to do. So I finally get the chance to do it. And I'm just excited. So we're about to go into the bulk of prep, the real meat and potatoes. Not that these last 4 weeks haven't been, but it's about to get real heavy, I'd imagine. So stay tuned. Go out, get strong, stay strong. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.